YouTube. It says we are live on YouTube. It looks like we are live on YouTube. All right. Let's go to Facebook and go live on Facebook. And we're starting to go live on Facebook. I think we aren't. Oh. Maybe if I do this. Facebook really screwed up where we were because they shut it down and they don't have my live camera going. Waiting for camera. And there we are. However, I am going to have to write in real quickly. Oh, it's there already. All right. Yes. We will start Facebook. Oh, I guess it isn't. Oh, because I did I save it? Oh, well. Let's try one more time here, and I'm moving on if it doesn't work. We are trying to set up Facebook Live, and for some reason, I was set up and ready to go, and they shut it down, and I can't get it back to the place where I was, and I have all... Okay, that is a live camera. Now they don't ask me for description, add post details. Well, let me start. It won't let me start. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, we are not going to be Facebook Live today. Which happens often. Facebook video technology is totally frustrates me. I never know what I'm going to get into, and something different every day, and it's crazy. But welcome. My name is David, and welcome to every Saturday is Small Business Saturday. My Facebook Live and no, not Facebook Live, my YouTube only live stream today. For the title of I titled the video My Legacy Story 5 years later. I actually started all the commotion in my life really started. The only commotion I've had for a long time started the very first weekend in March 2020, the famous beginning to COVID weekend. Although amazing how COVID impacted every single human being on planet Earth in some way or another. It's amazing how that all happened, and we survived and moved on. Yes, a lot of folks lost their lives. Actually, well, she passed away when my mother passed away when she was 98, and that was 4 years ago. And I'm not exactly sure if she passed away with COVID. I do know that earlier, she absolutely had COVID, and because of COVID, and uh, I don't drive. I would take a bus, and it takes back and forth. Is I have to devote 10 hours of time to take the bus, and just a lot of commotion to do it. But I absolutely have done it many, many times. While during COVID, I couldn't do it, and I actually did not have face-to-face contact with my mother the last 3 years of her life because of that. So, be that as it may, I literally, that happened on a Friday. COVID, I got my notice on Friday, permanently laid off from my exercise instructor job of 15 years. I was at the YMCA for 15 years, and boom, I'm gone. I went home. I actually bought a domain name. It actually was Small Biz David's Baby Boomer Bootcamp.com. And I maintained it for about 6 months, and I was just doing on that website, which only lasted for 6 months because I had to do some more important things. A lot of fun. I somehow I built at the same time a group on Facebook, and I get notification that that folks are still finding their way, and that's how cyberspace works. And that kind of is a nice segue into, at the same time. Well, actually, it was before, a little bit before I bought uh, Small Biz Davis, Small Biz Davis Baby Boomer Bootcamp.com domain. I had bought myLEGACYstory.com. I had picked that particular title because Janet, who was in my exercise classes, two different exercise classes for 14 years, I think it was 14 years. She and her husband Bob, Dr. Bob, he came in the beginning, but started to get more into his own routine. But Janet, who has heard my stories, had heard my stories for 14 years, she said, David, you need to go home and write a book about and tell your stories. And I said, well, yes, I probably do need to do that, but I'm not going to write a book. I have already written a book that I wrote, and actually published. I printed it. Well, I didn't print it, but a friend of mine printed it. It was a challenging print job. It had a spiral binding, and it was oversized, but it was a fun project. I did this in 2007, and I didn't want to write a book. I did this book literally from the time Janet. Janet didn't tell me on this one. Another friend who I had been meeting with, just regular Monday morning, get going, brainstorming sessions. She said, David, you need to go home and write a book. And I did. I did take her advice, wrote it, published it, marketed it, and had a tremendous amount of fun. But I did it in 100 days, literally 100 days from the time I went home until New Year's Day. I held the book up in a New Year's Day cocktail party that I had. Held the book up, and there we go. so it was going to be something different. It had to be something different than a book. And I've been producing live streams, YouTube live streams for 17 years now. I actually started doing them the third year that YouTube was an entity, and have done over 3,000 hours of content. YouTube has not archived. YouTube will only archives publicly for public viewership the last 13 years of my YouTubes. But all of those hours were devoted in some aspect of entrepreneurship, business, big or small. My mentality has always been small business. I am very proudly a third generation small business owner in my family. And the second is a second generation publisher, and actually was very blessed that my father and I co-published different publications 600 miles apart in 1973. Or no, that project started in 72, and Dad actually passed away 1 year later in 73. So we had that 1 year that we were going back and forth as publishers of the same kind of publications in different markets, reaching different folks. And we shared ideas, and I actually one of the covers that Dad used on his publication was one that I actually created in North Carolina. And just back in those days, we didn't digitally share files. Oh Lord! I sent the negatives, a big page negative, to Dad, and he took it to his printer, and they burned a plate, and then the plate goes to the actual printing press, put it on, and print. That's how we did it in the old days, and that is one reason why I'm having a tremendous amount of fun publishing in today's world. I've never had so much fun. Number one, I've never been as creative, writing, producing, whatever it is that I do. I have not been as productive in my life as I am right now. And to that end, I publicly announced last week, and we are growing, we are developing the Small Biz David Marketing Sales Value Trust AI bot. I am building my own bot. It's going to be the way that, well, in this particular case, since I'm building it in Google, where in the last 17 years, Google has archived 99% of all of the content that I have created in the last 17 years. They've archived us somewhere in a cloud, and so that's what I am going to do, is overlay AI technology on top of the copy that not only the digital copy the last 17 years, but the things I've published for the last 55 years in the way of marketing and sales. So we will take the AI technology, and in this case, I'm going to be using Google's AI technology. It's just logical that I do, because I built the original database of information, entrepreneurship, small business, market value, market sales value, trust. I've been building all of that on their servers, so there was absolutely, it was not necessary for me to overlay AI technology theirs on top of that. However, I'm also overlaying another AI technology, which I have been extremely impressed with because AI, I actually know that the developer, uh, Dustin, Dustin Stout, and Dustin is not only a brilliant developer, but I've been interacting with him for, I think I saw a video we did the conversation we had 13 years ago, but he has an extremely creative marketing and sales mentality, and so that's one reason why I I have been following him all these years, and actually invested. I pay 19.99 a month, and I'm only a tier one. He, like all the other AI folks, have tiers, and you pay into the tiers, and the more you pay in, the more you get, the more printed words you get, the more videos you get, the more downloads, whatever. That's how the AI world exists. And also, I'm tapping into Chat GPT as much as I can. Uh, Chat GPT 5 just came out in the last 72 hours. I don't know, 96 hours. And uh, what I've been reading, I've been getting glowing reports about it. As a matter of fact, I just read what Dustin had to say about uh, Chat GPT 5. So I'm definitely tapping into it. And we're going to do all these overlays on top of my information that I've been spending all these years producing, directing, manufacturing, and we're this, the small biz David bot is on its way, and having lots of fun with it. Um, I actually had I wrote down a script because I got if I don't, who knows where I'll start and who knows where I'll end. But uh, I did indeed start my legacy story 5 years ago as specifically as something digital because I had already written my book. I'd done that, had a wonderful time, but we live in a digital world, so had to start putting it together there. So it indeed has a lot of videos. If you want to take a look at those videos and really be entertained, you can go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/ at David F. Leopold. And it will take you to a page. Actually, there's a second page, and I have no idea why it's there, and it's kind of confusing sometimes. But the main page is the one that you will land on, and uh, lots of great videos. There's 4 tabs, and I only I think YouTube totally controls the first tab that you'll see up at the top. I control the second two tabs. So conversations I've had with folks, or just conversations where I rambled on and on. That's you'll find them in those 2 channels. And there's a 4th tab that somehow I created it, but I've never used it. I don't know why. I can't even remember why I created it. But uh, started building my legacy story 5 years years ago. It was going to be digital publishing as well as producing, um, and interestingly enough, that's how the pieces all start to come together. 5 years ago, when My Legacy Story was created, was the year that my oldest grandchild, who was Eloise, who on Monday is going to be 12 years old. 5 years ago, when she was 7, in a video conversation, it was either a FaceTime or I guess either a FaceTime or a Google Meet is how we've communicated our families, because my sons live in different markets, and that's how we one of the ways that we communicate are in doing a lot of videos. But Eloise, seeing all the stuff that I had behind me at that time, she had seen entrepreneur, the word entrepreneur. So she said, Grandpa David, what's an entrepreneur? And I, with a tear in my eye and a smile on my face, I said, Eloise, I blurted 2 sentences out, and for the life of me, I was bantering. I'm sure she didn't understand what I was saying, because I didn't understand what I was saying. But on the 3rd sentence, I absolutely said to her, Eloise, I'll spend the rest of my life showing you what an entrepreneur is. And big smile on her face. So I guess it's very appropriate that on Monday, I'm going to send a personal YouTube for her. I will create that, and in that I will tell Eloise that one of my birthday presents to her is going to be this whole project, because she was the one that motivated the project. And in fact, there's going to be an Eloise bot developed too, in all that we are doing. So, well, I hope Eloise will get involved. At any rate, we're going to have a lot of fun with that. And actually, I will be seeing Eloise and her 2 sisters, Evelyn and Emery, and mother and father, Sam and Kimberly, next month when I go to Dallas for Emery's, my youngest granddaughter's 6th birthday. And she is the only one of my 5 grandchildren whose birthday I have never been present for, eye to eye. And so that's going to happen next month. It was at the same, well, as I started to, I didn't know what I knew what I wanted an end to be. I didn't know I wanted it to be a bot 5 years ago. That I will tell you. But we're going to have a lot of fun with it being the bot. I didn't know exactly what it should look like, so I actually had a face-to-face meeting with Tom Deere at the chamber, the Cincinnati, at that time, Cincinnati USA Regional Chamber. We had about an hour meeting and throwing ideas back and forth. And I left the meeting, and as I was getting up and leaving, I looked at Tom and I said, let's go celebrate business. And I got a big smile on his face at the Chamber of Commerce. Chamber of Commerce certainly celebrates business. So it got started in his boardroom 5 years ago. And I went out into the Cincinnati market. Why Cincinnati? Because I've lived here for 38 years. Went to school here for another 5 years. So spent 43 years of my life in this market. And it would be easier for me to and I really haven't existed the last time I really existed as a business entity that we were out in publicly out was probably back a long time ago, 2008. Was probably the last time. Well, 2010. Yeah, it goes back to 2008 or around there, and it was 2010 when I actually became an accredited business at the Better Business Bureau. My plaque says 2010, and so the things coming together. It was going to be Cincinnati that I was going to be doing my market research, testing ideas, seeing what could be done, basically in the B2B world, business to business world, but also there has to be an interaction of business with consumer. They have to interact with one another, so that's where I created an email, which evolved to a video email, which you're going to hear about in a little while. The email that I created, on that email, I had a list of 50 people that I had communications with in cyberspace. Never actually met the folks face to face, other than cameras via the internet. Many of those, well, you'll see those conversations when you go to my YouTube channel. So I created a list of 50 of those folks. I then created a list of 50 business folks. Well, mostly business folks, 99% business folks that I've never necessarily met. As a matter of fact, I met personally met very, very few people on that list. So I started building something. It's had different iterations in its growth and development, but that's the way it was supposed to be, no doubt. Actually, this is really funny. On was it yesterday or 2 days ago, I got a call from the Cincinnati Better Business Bureau. This was bizarre, and she was calling me. Was it like my legacy story? I had said something, did something public. The Better Business Bureau picked up on it, and they were going to then try to educate me to become an accredited business, which is built on the foundation, absolutely built on the foundation of trust. It is a wonderful place for me to be, because I've spent the last 55 years building and publishing whatever it is that we're publishing, with what value I would bring to the marketplace, because you have to bring value in order for people to read you or view you or whatever they do with you, and bringing and bringing the folks to the market, understanding why it is that they're coming, and starting to understand the behaviors of those individuals, because you have to understand the behaviors. I don't care what. Well, I guess AI is going to do their very best at understanding human behaviors. And certainly, you can ask the question, and you'll get good answers. I can attest that well, ChatGPT gives outstanding answers to questions, and it all depends on how the question is asked. How do you create the question? What's the right way to do it? Will predicate the volume of information that is driven to you, and how deep do they go into their libraries, their databases, to get information to make a more comprehensive. How deep can they go? That's what AI is, and the next version has to go deeper than the last one did, or you might as well not spend the time doing it, which is very interesting. And the other very interesting thing that I haven't, well, I hope I never figure it out. Uh, Everything that is being created from a week ago forever is being created by the Small Biz David AI bot. I will take whatever it is information I bring to you. I will do an overlay of that information to bring information to you. So that's anything that you get is coming from the bot, and I just last week I'm just amazed. I guess because my name my name's on their list for AI, I get bombarded with AI stuff. I'm actually going to one of the things that we're going to do that you'll hear about in a short while, uh, 10 minutes, 50 minutes, you'll hear about the video email. Uh, I am creating a video email for weekly subscriptions. Weekly new videos will come to you, new copy, new content, links to information will come to you every, so far, Friday. In a sense, it doesn't matter, Friday, Saturday. But key is that each week you will get a new video. I guess in a moment I'll get into what does. Oh, one thing I neglected to say: the folks in Cincinnati that I contacted, all of them were C-level, executive level folks who had the ability to say yes or no to the question I was asking them. I was only interested in speaking with those folks, and so that was pretty interesting. One of the individuals, this was mind-boggling, at a company that everybody will recognize. One of the individuals who I had this email, and the email evolved into a video email, but started out just as an email. Very, very high open rate. Uh, uh, I had more than a 95% open rate to the email. That was pretty good. I started it with a very proprietary subject line that uh, you'd have to pay me big dollars for me to give you that information, but it worked. It absolutely worked. The email was open, and as I got started, the first 6 months I was doing it, I actually had an email tracker so that I knew the time. I knew if the email was opened, at what time it was opened, how long an individual spent uh, reading, viewing, whatever it is they were doing, and I got all that information. That's how I built decisions on uh, what should the next thing be. How should I move beyond this? So it became a series of very fascinating, very fascinating. I'm not sure I want to share at this moment the. It's a negative kind of thing, but it was widespread in folks that that I attempted to. Sometimes I never got any response whatsoever, asking very, very straightforward questions that clearly demonstrated I had done my research and able to ask the question that I was asking. No response. David, thank you for the question, your response. Uh, uh, Not at this time. And that's okay. That's okay. We live in a yes or no world. Obviously, the more yeses we find, the better it is. But it goes back to that understanding, what a point I made a few moments ago about understanding human behavior. It was fun to watch some of the folks, and I timed it. I had an exact time when I would send it out, uh, for obvious reasons. And then, like clockwork, there was one or two folks I could absolutely tell you the time it would be open. So that was a lot of fun. We want to share those experiences with you in Project 10,000. Uh, might as well start talking about Project 10,000 because it's really what everything is all about. Everything that we are doing is some aspect of Project 10,000. You've been hearing a lot of thoughts and ideas in the last couple years. And today we are now talking about all of those ideas coming together and all of the pieces fitting together in Project 10,000. There will be first the objective A. There will be 10,000 subscribers to David, Small Business David's marketing, sales, value, trust, AI bot, video, email. Uh, 10,000 subscribers is what our objective is for it. Uh, a weekly, the annual rate for a weekly interaction is $99. I need to have my head examined. It's $99. I promise you, way more than $99 of return value to that email. And if it did not give you more than, if it didn't give you at least $100 of value, you and I can have a conversation and we will figure it out. Why? Okay, so 10,000 subscribers. Originally, because the video email concept is only, as I put it together, the final pieces is only about I don't know, 6 weeks old. But um, originally, Project 10,000 got its name because um, uh, our mission was to publish 10,000, digitally publish and produce 10,000 19-minute videos, actually 19-minute conversations about one's um, uh, the marketing and sales value they bring to the marketplace, and answer the questions of trust. Why should why trust you and not the other guy's bot? What's so special about your bot? Trust, and I'm laughing, but in my mind, in my opinion, uh, AI technology, marketing and sales technology has created a level playing field. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it because the machine is, it's about the creative thought that you put into the question, into the uh, what comment that you enter onto the uh, everybody has a different thing that they call it. You put in your question, your idea, your thought. There's some technologies that I have not used them yet. I suppose I'll take a look at them, but I don't have time to get involved in them. They want to get involved with them. They will produce your video. You just do some program. You enter some information, and a video is created for you. That's no fun. But there will be millions upon millions upon millions of those videos being created, which once again floods the marketplace, which once again creates a level playing field. So what makes your bot different, your ideas different, is the creative marketing and sales value that you bring to the marketplace. If it's a product or service that you're doing, what's the value of it? AI is creating lots uh, of products. I am pretty well convinced that this is a product of AI. I thought it was going to work. I liked the concept. I really liked the concept, so I bought it. I spent under $20 for it, and it took a while. It took 6 weeks, but it came in the mail, and I tried it, and I can't get it to work. So, should I have trusted the company? I probably did get 20 minutes of value, of good information, of laughter, of fun, but I didn't get the technology I thought I was going to get. 10,000 subscribers. Our mission, our vision is to. Our vision is AI has created a level playing field of business, for business, big or small. The difference being a larger business has more resources to bring to the marketplace. That's an additional value that they bring to the marketplace, is the amount of resources. And that's the difference between big and small. As far as, the Small Business Administration, SBA, defines a small business as less 500 employees or less. At least that was the last time I looked at it. I'm getting a flashback. I was in the Small Business Administration office here in Cincinnati the day that they were introducing a new website to the marketplace. If you do not know SBA.gov and you are in business of any kind, or if you want to get information about organization, how do you structure oneself, what plan do you have to write, highly recommend SBA.org. I don't have time to measure now, and my friend Bonnie isn't around. I actually told her, but back then, the SBA website had 4,000 pages of information. I do not think anybody has more than 4,000 pages of information. Pages. Well, in a sense, I'm not too far behind with 3,000, because that has to be on a page. It happens to be on a YouTube page. So I'm chasing that forth. Anyways, I don't know if today's SBA.gov, if it has 4,000. At any rate, they will give you the best information available about your business. If you need to write a business plan, all kinds of things. And they also have an affiliated operation organization called SCORE, SCORE. Excellent organization concept. If you have a SCORE office in your market and are in business, and you have a question about your business, you can go and ask a mentor. All the folks there, it used to be that everyone there was retired from business, and so they were experts. They had X amount of years of experience. I have to laugh a little bit. I have 55 years of experiences, and if you need any information about marketing and sales, value, trust, the Small Biz David AI bot will have does have, is producing, is it's happening every day. The information, the videos, it's happening, but it has to be pointed out very clearly that to get to the number 10,000, in my mind, I didn't create. There are 387 metropolitan statistical areas in the United States. MSAs they're called, and each one of those can support the Project 10,000 marketing and sales value trust system that we developed. The idea was developed in Cincinnati, but the concept is one that will work in any market, and in fact, in your marketplace and in one of the individual markets, it will work better because we will create more market noise. And either we have two systems, one's an 8-day system, one's a 7-day system. We'll create more market noise than imaginable. And I will personally guarantee, the number of touch points, a minimum number of touch points that the system will create. Touch points themselves, either becomes a new customer or the existing customer. There's enhanced value because their lifetime value means more to you now because you've taken them to the next level, the next step of the relationship that you have with that customer. So the lifetime value of a customer is extremely important. I haven't heard a lot of conversation about it, really, since the conversation I actually created in 1994, and where I was speaking, sharing, interacting directly with the insurance industry in marketing and sales value trust, and at that time worked, had access to about 19 of the 52 or 53 largest insurance companies. I had interactions with 19 of them. Not only were 19 of them, 6 of the 19 were actually revenue generating customers and programs, customer care programs in the contact center, as it were, that I had put together for them. I was the I was the AI of contact centers way back then, and I actually worked with, of the 6 of them were, all of them were competitors in one way or the other. Each one of them knew that I was working with the other ones, all of them, because I told them up front, and they continued on with me because they trusted me and the information that I would bring to them, and the ideas and the concept that I would bring to them, and only them, because what worked for company A would not necessarily work for company B. Many of them, actually, I've watched them compete with each other over the years, obviously, and created some of the thoughts and some of the ideas. But one of them, one of my customers, clients from back then, was a Colonial Penn insurance company, and I see them on the television that I watch. It just so happens that the demographic is perfect for them in selling insurance, and every day, multiple times, I see them advertising. Visited with them in Philadelphia, downtown Philadelphia, across the street from the Liberty Bell. So any market can have the program, and it's made more effective. And also, too, because the system is predicated in, as we go into the 387 markets, I need and look forward to developing a collaborative relationship with folks who are interested in co-sponsoring with me, co-hosting with me that market. And they will then become, their company will not only become a company for, will tell their value and trust story. I think you might have some fun telling it the way it is today, and an AI overlay version of what it is. And we actually have a market, our first market that we're going to visit after the promotions are going out. The initial marketing is going out soon. I worked on the list this week. I worked on the list of where it was going to go, and actual things will happen after the first of the year. I'm going to wait till the first Saturday in January. We will have something going in Columbus, Ohio. I don't know exactly at this moment what it's going to be, but it will be something. As I said, I will guarantee noise, market noise, more than you ever expected might happen in your market, and customer touch points, customer care touch points will be created, and I will guarantee those. And well, you'll understand very clearly after we talk about the program and the system and how it would work for you. So I told you we're proud to introduce our bot. Everything now is bot, our AI bot. Alphabet, Google, and YouTube servers in their cyberspace cloud have archived 99% of everything I've done for the last 17 years. And so it's logical. I have to fall upon that information to create, to do an AI overlap and create the information that we will share, specifically answering the question. One of the things the video email is going to do every week, for sure, is going to answer the question that Eloise asked me, Grandpa David, what's an entrepreneur? And using my book that I wrote, the 749 questions in the book, I will take the ones that I feel are most appropriate. The number will be a lot less, and we will focus on the ABCs of entrepreneurship, business, big and small, marketing, sales, value, trust, will be the focus of the videos. That a new one, and you'll see a new one every week. I mentioned that all for the price of $99. Oh, and what else? What else is included in an annual subscription is actually it's going to be a tremendous amount of fun for me. And if it's not fun for you, then don't come along. But we'll have, as I said, weekly new video additions to the book. Each individual, each subscriber, each person that pays $99 will have also one marketing and sales value trust triage for me if they want it. It can be for me or a friend or a follower or anybody you want. One 15-minute triage for me. It'll be done as a private Google Meet, and I guarantee you will be able to find your next marketing and sales value trust steps in that 15-minute conversation I have with you. The triage, you will get that information. That in and itself is worth way more than $99. Also, I've decided that at least once a month, Project 10,000 will sponsor an open house, a cyberspace open house, and it will be by invitation only, and only subscribers and anybody. Well, no, I can't say only subscribers. Anybody who has any affiliation whatsoever with Project 10,000. It could be one of the 10,000 stories that we do. It could be one of the 387 co-sponsors that we have in the MSAs, 387 of them. I'm going to create a means that there will be an open house. My first thought it might be private. My second thought was it might be fun to make it public so that the information that is being shared in that live cyberspace broadcast, the information being shared could, other folks can get good information and be able to more aptly define their next steps. And so that's what it's all about. That's the spirit that we want to create in any of the 387 markets that we visit. I even came up with something today for if a co-sponsor is willing to cover my travel and expenses only, no markup for my intellectual property. They've already are paying for that. If my expenses are covered, I will physically come to that market, and in doing so, there's some things that we'd be able to do in that market that we just can't do in cyberspace. So that I just came up with that option today. I knew I had it someplace else, but I haven't mentioned it yet. Everything that I have done for the last 55 years, I consider to be a work in progress. Every day, I want to bring something new. What new value, something of value, can I bring to the marketplace? I am a direct marketer, and so that's a little bit different. I have been very blessed to be able to target specifically, pick the folks that I want to collaborate with, and I do my research, and I want to collaborate with them for the following reasons. And if we collaborate, here are expected outcomes of what's going to happen. And I will, as I said, stand by whatever it is I commit to. And the other side of me, you heard about it when I said Small Biz David Baby Boomer Boot Camp that I created the day after I was permanently laid off from my real job. Well, it was a part-time job at the YMCA that was up the street from where I live. I started this boot camp, and so health and wellness, baby boomer health and wellness has always been a very, very important part of my life. I have had tremendous medical challenges to my life. Obviously, have survived them all, and want to share the experiences. So every week there will be links to AARP, their baby boomer health and wellness area links, things that not just every link, ones that I have read myself and have evaluated myself. I don't share information. Everything is, in my opinion, based upon what I've read. I don't. Well, that's kind of interesting. I guess Small Biz David bot AI bot is different because who knows where the information. Well, you kind of know where it's coming from. The developers, the folks who are doing it, the folks who own that technology should come clean and give you the real story. But I don't know. Well, what's happening now too, and this is where the whole trust thing, bots are building bots themselves. Absolutely no human intervention. And that is particularly challenging. And so it's even more important to be able to establish that level of trust. And that's what we do, as well as, if not better than anybody else. And that's the mindset that will always be part of any project that I do. So links to AARP and WebMD, both are excellent sources of information. I'm pretty sure that neither one of them operates as a bot. It may be that WebMD might. I don't know. I doubt that AARP is, but a membership doesn't cost much to AARP. I joined on my 50th birthday, which is the earliest you can join AARP. But they do have good information. They are advocates. It just so happens, age-wise, baby boomers present a very large percentage of their database, as any database. There are 75 million baby boomers still living. I don't think it was an AI bit of technology. I think it was a source I've used in the past, a trusted source that I've used in the past as a publisher. And there's one last thing that I wanted to share, that one of the benefits of membership to a weekly Small Biz David video email, marketing, sales, value, trust, bot, dealing with entrepreneurship, business big and small, and of course, value and trust. I am going to, I haven't done it yet, very, very soon, probably next week, I will be purchasing an inexpensive smartphone. Inexpensive because its only duty, requirement, expectation will be that somebody who is involved with Project 10,000 at whatever level, it does not matter, whatever level, they will be given a special number only to be used by that somewhat smartphone. That is, I will answer. I will answer any email that you have that you sent to me, or any chat. It will get answered by me. And I guess the bot. I don't know. Here's my email address. David Leopold at smallbizdavid at davidsbarter.com. D. Leopold. One digress for a moment. This was an envelope, not this part. The envelope, the green book you saw from 2007. This is an envelope that I created back in 2007, and on the outside, and I'm still using them. This is not. I mean, I've been using them forever. Give the gift of entrepreneurship learning. Now, and I'll put look inside. It will be the $99 annual subscription, and I will guarantee customer satisfaction, because you will have direct access to me, and we'll make it work. Thank you. Thank you for your time today. I'm not going to make an apology for. I'm not 100% sure I don't have Facebook Live. It doesn't look like I have Facebook Live. Facebook will get it. I'll post this YouTube URL link. I'll post it on Facebook, so they will be able to view the video as you kind folks have. Thank you for your. Oh my goodness, we're over an hour already. If you're still with me, if you are still with me after the hour, send me an email and tell me something about something that I said in the 105th minute, and I will do something very special for you to thank you for the time that you have given me today. And as you hear me say very often, do what you love and love what you do. Enjoy your day.